What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Night Owl channel. In this video, I'll be going over a Town Hall 10 3-star attack strategy without the use of a siege machine. That's going to be the GiBoWitch attack strategy. It's my number one, at least the one that I put at the number one spot for the best Town Hall 10 low hero and no siege machine attack. So this is the key. It's low heroes. You don't have the heroes that I have in this video, but I do have higher heroes here. If you have heroes like this one, like 35, 30 heroes, definitely recommend looking into a Queen Charge Hog or Queen Charge Hybrid, something a little stronger. GiBoWitch is not the strategy for you. It's a very high luck attack strategy, and the heroes are very important when it comes to building a base in Clash of Clans. If you are having a hard time farming or finding a way to get Dark Elixir for your heroes at Town Hall 10, feel free to check out my Town Hall 10 Goblin attack strategy. It will help you a lot, especially getting through the first 25 to 30 levels of the heroes. It will help you get through them pretty easily. Let's go ahead and jump into the army composition for this strategy. We go over to quick train and down to army number 5. This is the base composition for the GiBoWitch without a siege machine. We have 7 giants, 7 witches, 13 bowlers, 6 hogs, 5 wall breakers, 3 archers, 3 heals, a rage, a jump, and a poison. In your CC, you're going to want either hogs or a P.E.K.K.A. You can bring bowlers, you can bring witches. Feel free to experiment and do what feels more comfortable for you. And then again, with the composition right here, you can change it. You're going to see in some of the replays I use 2 jumps, I use more hogs, I use less witches. I mean, it just depends on the base and what I'm trying to do with the base itself. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the first replay for this strategy. Alright, so we got a friendly challenge against one of my other Town Hall 10s. The first 3 replays we're going to go over is going to be friendly challenges, and then the last 2 are going to be war replays. I tried to hold out this video and tried to get just war attacks for you guys, but the bases I kept finding in war, either I couldn't get the 3-star or the bases weren't that good, so I didn't want to include them in the video and then discredit the attack. But we have 3 friendly challenge attacks and then 2 war attacks towards the end. If you want me to make another video for this strategy and just include war attacks, I can do that for you guys. We have a ring base here, so this strategy seems to do naturally well against ring bases. So Town Hall 10s that have their Town Hall in the middle, or their Inferno Towers or the Expos, everything in the middle there, it seems to do naturally well against ring bases. We're going to go ahead and play it here. And it's a very simple strategy. Giants are going to spread out on one side. We have the bowlers and the witches coming behind them, and then we have the heroes along with the wall breakers are going to sneak in and take it down. In this replay, I have wall breakers, and then in my CC, I have hog riders. Again, you can bring a P.E.K.K.A. if you want to. I decided to bring the hog riders. I believe they provide a little bit more value. And then in the CC, it's not max hog riders. They are level 8 hog riders, which means I acquired them from another Town Hall 10 being in a level 17 clan. So if you have another Town Hall 10 or 11 in your clan, level 6, level 7, level 8 hogs, if you can acquire them, they all help out the strategy. Alright, we have the freeze coming down, poison, rage, and heal spell, jump to connect to the middle there. Bowlers and witches are going to blast right through there. We have the hogs on the left side coming to help with the witches on the left side there, just clearing out some of the defenses, just thinning it out. And most of the heals are being used for the bowlers and the giants. If your giants end up surviving, definitely try to keep them alive as long as you can. Mini tanks to help with your bowlers and your witches and stuff like that. And then if you see your bowlers taking a lot of damage, if you're going against a multi, if you splash damage is hitting him and stuff like that, definitely use the heals for the bowlers. If the witches get caught in that, it's also a big bonus. But mostly the heals are for the giants and the bowlers, especially the bowlers. Bowlers are very squishy at Town Hall 10, and they go down pretty easy. The witches have the skeletons coming out, and they provide a little bit of distraction, but the bowlers are kind of by themselves. As you can see here, I mean, it honestly came down to luck with this strategy, and honestly, this wasn't the first try. It was maybe the 5th or 6th try of me taking down or trying to take down this base with this strategy, because trying to find the right angle, use the right composition, and I think I tried the P.E.K.K.A. at first in the clan castle, and it wasn't working. I think going against singles, you want to bring hogs or extra witches or bowlers in the CC, and then going against multis, I think having the P.E.K.K.A. is a lot better. And you'll see, because the singles seem to just zap the P.E.K.K.A. pretty easily, and then he provides no more value. And then with the multis, if you bring witches and bowlers, if they don't have that heal spell, they're going to go down pretty fast. So the multi when the P.E.K.K.A. can tank it. So if you see a multi base, definitely use the P.E.K.K.A. If you see a single base, try to bring some extra hog riders or some witches and bowlers. And also with the multi-base, you can also bring hog riders, especially the level 7 or 8, like the higher level hogs. They can tank the multi long enough, and if you want to use a heal on them, you can, in order to tank that multi and take it down. Whatever it is, just depending on what the base gives you, that's what you're going to use for your strategy. Let's go ahead and move on to the next replay. Alright, second replay we got here, we're going to have it play straight through. Coming from the top side here, we're using 2 jumps instead of wall breakers on this composition on this replay, because I can connect into the first ring with 1 jump, and then into the second ring and get to that expo, the expo compartment with the town hall with another jump. So what I had to do here is make sure that I can funnel at least a little bit of troops into the middle here. You're going to see me place, I got hogs in the CC again, no P.E.K.K.A. You're gonna see me place, there goes the hogs, one group of hogs on the right side, and then the other group for the CC are gonna come out on the left side and funnel it down. The defenses on the right and left side are now being, you know, basically pinched. And look at that, we have bowlers redirecting, we have witches going back, maybe a giant as well, and everything, heal, rage, being placed into the middle, and everything's just going in pretty easily. For the CC, for these defenses, you can see I have an E-Drag coming out. The first replay I had a damage CC, I had Baby Dragon, a Valkyrie, and a Loon, and I believe a Witch. So it was pretty easy to take down this base. Look at the E-Drag. He's so confused on the skellies of what to attack. Look at that. He keeps redirecting on what to attack that the Witches behind the skellies take down the E-Drag pretty easily. I know a lot of people deal with E-Drags in the CC, and it is a bit of an issue to deal with, but with this strategy, it seems to be a lot easier to deal with E-Drags versus the damage CC, because at least with the E-Drag, it's getting distracted so much by skellies and whatever it's attacking that it doesn't really seem to have any chance to attack. Even if it does, it's only, you know, one thing at a time. You know, 5 chains and then it has to re-chain up again. By the time it does it, you know, more than once or twice, the E-Drag's going down from the queen or from the witches that are behind, whatever it is. So this base went down pretty easily. It only took me a few tries to take it down. I initially tried wall breakers and 1 jump, but I was like, wait a minute, if I can just use 2 jumps to get to that channel and then get into the, you know, the main portion of the base, I could take it down pretty easily. And that's what I did, and that's how I took it down. Let's go ahead and move on to the next replay. Alright, third and final friendly challenge replay we're going to go over here, and then we're going to do a couple war attack replays, and then we'll be done with the video. But we can see that the GiBoWitch is coming on the left side of the base here. This was the hardest base to take down for me. Again, this is like an anti-3 base. This is actually, it's like a resemblance of the Town Hall 11 / Town Hall 12 base, and it's just the Town Hall 10 version of it. But we have the Bowlers and Witches are now splitting up from that left side, so now I have to allocate my resources to both of them. I have 2 jumps for this replay, and again, the Hogs and the CC. The 2 war attacks, I'm going to have P.E.K.K.A.s, but for the friendly challenges, I mostly use the Hog Riders. They seem to work the best for me with my bases that I was attacking. E-Drag's coming out now. 2 jumps placed on both sides in order to get to those Inferno Towers. And I believe I already placed the Hog Riders. Look at that. CC Hogs on the bottom side. And then from the composition, we have the Hogs on the top side as well. And again, this strategy came down to a lot of luck, especially for this base, because I've already used the Rage. I've used both my heals, both my jumps. And at this point, I'm just watching and hope for the best. I set up a free spell so I can get the Tesla farm on the back. I knew it was there already, but I didn't want to attack directly into the Tesla farm because I didn't want to take advantage of that. I want to attack it like, you know, pretending like I didn't know it was there. So I attacked from the opposite side of the base, the hardest point on the base, and I luckily just ended up getting it. Honestly, it came down to luck. The positioning of where everything ended up, it was all luck based. You can see the queen there. I'm saving her ability towards the end. I'm trying to save it as much as I can. If I can use her ability towards the end for the Tesla farm or for any other defense like that cannon, that's what I was saving it for. But you can see there, we have the Witches taking down the Town Hall. We have a couple bowlers left over. Look at all those skellies coming around the corner and busting through that wall there. Queen is barely alive here, taking down the storages and outside the range of the Tesla farm. Extremely, I mean, it's just extremely lucky how this attack went down in the third replay here. And Queen's now attacking the wall. All the scouts are now coming to help her out, and they're going to push through, and they're going to get in front of her and luckily get the 3-star for this base. This was a very luck-based attack. That's why I say if you have heroes that are higher, 30, 35, definitely recommend looking into a Queen Charge, Hog, Hybrid, or, you know, Kill Squad Hog. Anything that relies heavier on the, you know, the heroes, definitely do that instead of this strategy. This is for people with lower heroes, and I'm just demonstrating the attack against stronger bases. You can use it with higher heroes, so, you know, you can do whatever you want, but I'd recommend using like Queen Charges or anything that requires a little bit more control versus the GiBoWitch attack. Let's go over to the last few replays here, and we'll be done. Alright, next replay we got here, you can see I've already started my attack here. This is the base composition that I'm using against this base here. And I believe I have, there comes the P.E.K.K.A. out of the CC. We have the heroes coming out, and we're punching into this base. And it is a ring base. Again, this base, or not this base, this attack does really well naturally against, I believe, anti-2 bases like this one. You can see there goes the heal in the middle. We got bowlers and witches on the left, right side, and I mean tons in the middle there. I'm pushing him in towards the base and getting this triple. We get the rage coming down and pushing him. No CC in this one, I don't think I saw any CC come out, but we have that poison ready to get them down just in case. His heroes were in the middle there. And these are the types of bases I think that people with lower heroes are going to be attacking. This isn't a max Town Hall 10. It's semi, you know, it's getting close. A lot of the defenses are max. We got the Hogs coming on the right side. You can see there, just a couple of them drizzling in. But it's not a max base. It's not a max Town Hall 10. This is what I assume that people who have lower heroes are going to be attacking. As long as you don't rush your defense way too fast, you should be relatively fighting people that look like this. And you should be relatively getting the 3-star. As long as you know, make sure you get your troops in, heal them correctly, and you should be pretty good to go here. Again, if you're having a hard time with upgrading your heroes, getting through the first 20, 25, even 30 levels for the heroes should be pretty easy. They're pretty cheap as long as you're using a good strategy. If you like miners, if you like Loonian, whatever it is, whatever you like to use that, get your heroes up and make sure you can get them up towards 30, 35. If you have 30, 35 heroes, again, I'm just going to recommend using a different strategy. This isn't the best strategy for higher heroes, but if you are struggling with strategies, or if you want to learn the basics of a GiBoWitch strategy, this is the strategy for you. But did not take a lot of effort for me to take down this base, and it did not take a lot of skill. It's just me placing my heals down, making sure my bowlers stay alive. And look at this, I have a couple of witches and a bowler left over, and there's just one cannon left. I mean, I got very lucky how it ended up going here. It's a very luck-based attack strategy, so definitely recommend, if you have higher heroes, use a different strategy. But if you're struggling and you have lower heroes, definitely recommend checking out or trying out the GiBoWitch attack strategy. It's a pretty strong strategy as long as you can get the value you need with the the heals and the jumps and whatever spells you're bringing. But mostly it comes down to luck with this strategy. Let's go over the last replay here and end it. All right, last replay we're going to go over here, and this composition, we have the base composition, except this time we are bringing, what are we bringing? We're bringing a minion this time and less giants. So again, you can change the composition to how you like it. I only had 4 or 5 giants, and I believe I had more hog riders and maybe more witches. Again, you can change it to how you like it. You can bring no hogs. You can bring just GiBoWitch. That's fine as well. GiBoWitch, giants, bowlers, and witches. You can bring more bowlers. You can bring more witches. I have the P.E.K.K.A coming out of the CC on this one. We have an E-Drag coming towards our troops here. Again, the E-Drag just seems a lot easier to deal with. Honestly, look at that, it's getting distracted on so many things. It's tanking. I think the P.E.K.K.A is tanking it now. Look at that. Look how many times it's changing its direction. It's like it can't decide which Skelly it wants to hit because the Skellies keep dying on it and stuff like that. Queen's now on it. The E-Drag's gonna go down pretty easily. I used a jump instead of, I think the wall breakers would have been a little bit easier instead of bringing that jump and wasting it on that first compartment. But I mean, it ended up working out pretty well here. You can see I'm using my heals in the middle with all the bowlers. Again, the heals are mainly for the bowlers themselves. If you can get the P.E.K.K.As, you can get the witches, if you can get the giants, that's all a big bonus. But it's mainly for the bowlers. They are providing a good chunk of your, your power and your offense and stuff like that. So if you can find a way to keep them alive from splash damages, the bowlers will provide a good value for you. As you can see there as well, I don't know if you caught it, but we had the hogs coming on the right and left side. I think we had like 4 on the right and like 4 on the left side. And basically what they did was snipe off the isolated, expos and took them down pretty easily. That's another reason why I like to bring the hog riders. You can specifically target any defenses that are trying to, that are out of range of the queen or the witches and stuff like that. That's what the hog riders are for. They jump over the walls, they grab the defenses, and they get out. Or they provide assistance around the ring bases and stuff like that. It's a very adaptable strategy. You just have to find how to take down the base, where you can get the most value from. Definitely the entrance is the most important part, whether you should use wall breakers or a jump spell, or should I use my heal right away. I always try to use at least like 1 heal, maybe like right out the gate, so that way the giants coming in can stay alive a little longer and provide a little bit more tanking and stuff like that. Bowlers start replenishing any splash damage they took, and stuff like that. But you just use the spells accordingly, keep your troops alive, and with ring bases, definitely take down the middle. And with anti-3 bases, try to find a way to at least get through one of the Inferno Towers. I think coming from one of the Inferno Tower sides, because on anti-3s they're usually separate from each other. You want to come at least from one side of the Inferno Towers and take them down, and then use maybe the Hog Riders to take down the second one, or an Expo, or whatever it is. It's a very adaptable strategy. It's not very difficult to do. You just, again, have to place down your stuff correctly and hopefully, hope for the best. It's a very luck-based strategy. And again, if you need help with farming Dark Elixir for your heroes, I recommend checking out that Goblin strategy. It's going to help you guys a lot. Goblins are very easy to use. They take down Dark Elixir pretty easily, and I've been using it for a long time to get my heroes up. So definitely check that out if you need a strategy for your hero upgrading process. But that's all I really have for the video, guys. I wanted to include more replays, but I didn't have any more war attacks except for some bad bases and stuff like that. Again, if you want me to do a different video with just war attacks, I can do that as well. But that's all I really have for the video, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. If you came over for the low hero / no siege machine attack video, I definitely appreciate you for watching, guys, and coming over to watch this video as well. And again, if you have any questions, definitely ask me. But other than that, guys, all I have. If it helped, definitely appreciate a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.